Teleconference communications, changing the way the world does business.
Technology is changing along with the way we do business. These are just a few ways how.
Traditional business meetings, face-to-face conferencing.
Before modern means of group communication such as teleconferencing and web conferencing were possible, businesses had to rely on face-to-face meetings held at a single physical location.
Advantages.
The main advantage of this is that there is little room for miscommunication. It is the most personal meeting form and allows all members to completely and freely communicate with each other.
Disadvantages.
The disadvantage of traditional face-to-face meetings is the convenience factor. Normal meetings at least require members to assemble at a common time and location. Many meetings nowadays require business executives to expend even higher amounts of time and resources on traveling.
Teleconferencing.
The emergence of teleconferencing abilities allow members to share ideas among groups without necessarily having to be all in the same place. Consequently, members can spend less time planning a meeting location and more time actually discussing the topic at hand. The main disadvantage of teleconferencing is that it takes the visual interaction out of meetings. Body language and expressions are unable to be picked up on, and members must rely solely on each other's voices for communication.
Video conferencing.
Video conferencing fixes many of the disadvantages that teleconferencing may bring while still offering the same benefits. For example, the ability to recognize body language. This technology allows members to be at any location they can that provides traditional internet access, Wi-Fi, broadband, etc. The internet access required to conduct video conferencing can also be a disadvantage. These systems were designed to utilize broadband speeds, limiting the location members can be at.
Web meetings.
A similar but more advanced type of video conferencing is a webinar. Members can still utilize video capabilities via webcams, but webinar capabilities surpass those of video conferencing. The most notable example of this is the ability of group members to control what their group sees on computer monitors. For example, a presenter can send all meeting members an Excel spreadsheet with a company's financial data. The presenter can then control each person's screen and walk them through the presentation. Other members can also provide feedback and, if allowed, can even edit the original files. The same disadvantage of video conferencing applies to web meetings. It requires broadband internet access.
Future applications. iPhone FaceTime.
The Apple iPhone FaceTime is a less formal, more convenient version of video conferencing that can be executed anywhere the user has mobile data service. This allows a much wider area of operation than video conferencing or webinars. Also, as more consumers purchase iPhones and as more platforms support this feature, a much larger network of people will be able to communicate using this method.
Virtual reality meetings.
In virtual reality meetings, users are immersed in a completely virtual world that compensates for the lack of personal interaction experienced. This technology allows professionals in dangerous occupations to train for the real situations in a safe environment, but practical applications have been limited so far. It is still a technology in its infancy.
In conclusion, cost versus benefit.
As technology progresses, the cost of these services will continue to decline. More affordable prices will further allow corporations and small businesses to maximize their usage of technology. Efficiency will be maximized while costs will shrink.
Technology is changing, as should our business.